Yeah, 1 second, 1 second. Oh, it's a day. It's a day in Leafland. Oh, you know, we're just all stressing, sky's falling, because it's been one of those. Here, I think now the world can hear you.
You know, I'm not too worried. You know, not too.
No. I need you to pretend to be really. I need you to pretend to be really worried.
James looks really worried. He looks stressed here.
I gotta remember the camera's up here now.
Oh yeah, you moved it.
You got a new camera.
I got a legitimate camera now.
Oh, just wait until the world sees James. Nobody is ready for this. Joe's in the chat. She's ready to talk some hockey.
Yeah, there we go. That'll help.
Let's get this caveman in this thing.
Cave bro?
That's you.
You know, I bought some G Fuel, and now I have a pyramid of it. You ever had G Fuel before?
No. What do I not know about G Fuel?
It's like, I believe they market it as... Oh,
Energy
take your
drink
time,
streamer.
Joe. Take your time. They market it as, like, energy drinks for gamers. Really weird.
It's not even...
Like, it's like pre-workout, but for gaming specifically.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
That sounds like
It's supposed to
something
get
I
you,
should
like,
have.
super hyped out.
Caveman.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk
I'll-
about it, but there was a bunch of Maple Leafs game the past 4 days, and even though we had terrible predictions, you did a little better than I did. Why is my the Stream Deck's not working today? That's not good.
That's alright.
No, this day is already off to a disastrous start. Can you please do the thing?
It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Leafs FanCast. This one's a little bit different for me because I am your host, Paul the Caveman Cavaretta, but to my virtual left, my right-hand man, Mr. Danny Meggs, accompanied by James, the statistician of the Leafs FanCast, our centerpiece of this power pyramid.
We made him pretty. Do you like the background I threw on him? The man's
fuck
got a
with it.
screen
I
now.
love it. No, it looks sweet. I like how they're all the reverse retro jerseys. Like, it looks great. I'm here for it. I live for this.
Notably absent from that is the Leafs reverse retro jerseys.
I think it's actually just behind them.
Are you sure it's absent?
Hope Danny didn't drink the bad take juice today.
No, that's all he takes.
Okay. Well, I see we're all having a conversation about it. Ladies and gents, Leafs FanCast. Couple of big stories to talk about, and if you're joining us on the Dean Blundell Media Network Extraordinaire or on twitchtv.bingpottv/bingpottv, so close. Make sure you're following along. Make sure you're liking. We got a great show coming up at 7 o'clock today. TicTacTOmar, otherwise known as Omar, that's TicTacTOmar, is going to be joining the program, which is going to be awesome. If you don't know him by name, you definitely know his work. His GIFs are all over the internet. First question I'm going to ask him, does he pronounce it GIF or GIF? And if he answers incorrectly, he's canceled. That's basically how this
canceled?
Thing... Yeah.
Not even like from like our show, just like in real life.
Yeah. No. If the man is famous for pumping out GIFs, or we'll
and he pronounces it GIF?
And he pronounces it GIF, then I'm going to be... honestly,
GIF is a peanut butter. It's not a moving image.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, and I totally agree with you. And I think we should completely make sure he's got the right kind of attitude with this.
Well, he could be
because he's setting the standard. He's setting the standard, right?
Okay. He is setting the standard. He is, in theory, leading by example. But before we get to all of that, and before we talk about the absolute cluster dog from last night, don't know what else to call it on this show. Caveman, by the way, I'm tracking strikes for when you curse on this, and every 3, you're going to have to spin the wheel exclusively for yourself. Speaking of the wheel, gimmicks, and giveaways, 500 bits today because I don't want to drink any more than I have to. I had exactly 2 White Claws, one Bose Lug Tread, small can, and one swig of Jack Daniels last night. And I don't know if it's because I'm old or I hadn't drank in a while or forgot to eat for most of the day yesterday. It hit me particularly hard. Now that's good.
No, and Kaylee's right. You are an absolute coward.
Kaylee?
An absolute coward.
I'm going to let you wear me down a little bit. I'm not buckling right away. But good effort. And the booze was good because it helped me numb the pain from watching the Leafs yesterday. That's as Cleary brings it up now. Yeah, I don't know if the hangover I've been feeling is just grief and guilt from watching the Leafs blow that to the Canucks. On the day where we had the guys from the PP1 podcast. Like,
yeah.
Come on. We brought them onto the show. We welcomed them. And instead, we didn't get to have a nice big Toronto gloat party. So, yeah, it sucked.
So, not to say I told you so, because I can't even say that because I predicted the rest of the games of the week wrong. Unfortunately, nobody saw a 0-4 slide this week. God forbid the first place team wins a goddamn game. Go ahead.
Well, okay. So I want to bring it back because here's what I was prepared to do to start this show. And Paul, I was ready to prepare this thing for a big old caveman angry. I was ready for you to just get up and go off on the fact they dropped the game. But when we were shooting messages back and forth earlier, you are not particularly upset. You're frustrated.
No.
I think we're all frustrated.
Yeah, it's frustration, but it's the Leafs, dude. Is that not the most Leafs thing to do? It doesn't matter who we're up against. We play down to our opponent.
It's true.
And I'm sorry. I wanna just say, I had to get this off of my chest now. I am wearing a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey.
The button?
No, I mean if you want to, I want to hit the button.
I want to hit the button for me. Can we pretend you're angry?
Yeah, I'll pretend.
All right,
I'll start just saying random stuff.
Caveman angry.
Go, angry man.
Okay, so basically, I want to get something off my chest. I'm wearing a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey. I got my Nylander jersey behind me because we found out Nylander's wearing a gray Taxi Squad jersey. Don't know what that's about. Hopefully it's not about him celebrating his 100th goal yesterday against the Vancouver Canucks. I saw Vancouver Twitter was absolutely livid with Nylander for celebrating that goal. And you're an NHL team. Yes, you got COVID. Your own fault. You got COVID.
One guy's fault.
One guy. I don't give a shit. Somebody's fault.
That's one. That's one.
Shit doesn't count.
That's two.
That does not count.
Absolutely. We try to make this stream more PG. We're never going to make front page of Twitch if you keep doing that. That's two.
Never. Okay, that doesn't count.
Fine. That's
one. I wasn't even warned.
That's one.
Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is you are an NHL level team. You are supposed to be able to compete every night. I don't care if you've been off for 2 weeks straight and you haven't been able to skate. That was your fault. William Nylander is just coming back from an injury, scores his 100th goal, celebrates barely like it's his 100th goal.
He wasn't coming off of an injury.
Well, whatever he was off. I can't remember.
He was on the COVID list.
The COVID list.
Okay, COVID list. There you go. Injury COVID list. He was off for the same reason the other guys were off for. Then he scores. Okay, and people get mad at him for it. That's ridiculous.
Well, they get mad at him for
absolutely
celebrating.
Ridiculous.
But you're right.
I don't care. He barely celebrated.
He just yelled,
and then
"Woo! That's 100."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was literally
Smite him. Like honestly, and so if that's the reason why he's wearing a Taxi Squad jersey to send a message, Sheldon Keefe, you're delusional.
I don't think that's what's happening.
Vancouver, no, absolutely not. But hopefully it's not. Vancouver's delusional for thinking that. And Leafs fans are delusional for thinking we had a chance of winning that game because it's the freaking Leafs, guys. It's the Leafs. We lose those games 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, that was a little frustrating, I think. But you're right, not unexpected. This you should click what Kaylee just dropped in the chat. That goes for anybody watching. That is gold. I'm a big fan that just showed up. Nylander's celebration is not the problem. If
it is
anybody's
funny,
too
though.
lazy.
I gotta say, it is funny that on a bunch of athletes that pride themselves in being the toughest of the big four sports, hockey players sure have their feelings hurt rather easily, don't they?
Oh, absolutely they do.
Yeah, they can. They're soft. Kevin BX. They're not all soft. I mean, they're softies. That's not a bad thing. Kevin BX.
I think you have our cameras frozen. Dan, you might want to
What
click
is
on
going
Discord again.
on? Everything's fine.
You gotta click on.
Everything's
Yeah, there
fine.
you go. Yeah, see. I keep an eye out for you. You're welcome.
I appreciate it, Caveman. You got my back.
Go ahead.
So, Kevin BX did a thing where they were talking on. He was talking on the Fan in Vancouver, Sportsnet Radio in Vancouver, about what it was like to be in the room and having to deal with the media. And when you come back from a road trip, or if you're playing really well and then one guy on the team isn't performing, that guy gets called out by the media. Like, leave it alone. Team's on a 10-game winning streak. Moral of the story there was that hockey players have feelings.
Yeah, and it's kind of embarrassing.
That hockey players have feelings?
Not even that hockey players have feelings, that they have feelings, but then they don't show it when they do post-game interviews. Yeah, I got the pucks in deep. Yeah.
Well, they can't.
Skated hard tonight, boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
We needed to sport harder than they sported.
I don't want to get into
Pucks on net. Got to get pucks on net.
the mechanics of professional athletes interviewing. Yes, we know they're not the most loquacious people until after they're.
No, it's just it's annoying that their frustrations don't come out on the ice. They just come out on Twitter, apparently.
What do the Leafs have to be frustrated about?
I don't think it's the Leafs. I think it's the Canucks. That goal was frustrating. And as for the Leafs, how does Manny Malhorta still have a job?
Okay, we'll get into the power play later. We will, I promise.
Why later? Why later?
You want to start with the power play? Because there's a couple things that we just got to touch on first. Okay, relax. There's a couple things that I wanted to get to off the top of the show. Just a couple big headlines for today. Let's quick.
Let's do it. Yeah.
And also because I want to cushion the blow. I know everybody's mad. I know if you're watching this show right now, you're mad, you're frustrated, you're upset. That's fine. But here's the thing. Zach Hyman is going to be A-okay. It looks like the injury's not that serious. It is possible he will be back playing for the team on Thursday, even though he is not in the lineup. He is not on the ice for practice today. You could get him Thursday. Also, another bit of good news. Nick Foligno will dress on Thursday.
Nice.
So we'll finally get to see him in the lineup. He gets to make his debut. Paul, you get to be excited about that. And before we actually start talking about what this Hyman absence could mean, if it is a little longer, Patrick Marleau is breaking Gordie Howe's record, the record for most games played in the National Hockey League. He will do that today. And man, we only care to talk about it because he laced up for the Toronto Maple Leafs for 2 seasons. And you got to hand it to Patrick Marleau. Like, I don't think anybody understands how big of a deal this is. Sure, Gordie Howe played till he was 50 years old. Now, he played some games in the WHA. But, man, this is huge. Paul, any reflections on Patty Marleau?
This is going to be an awful take, and I know it's an awful take.
Get ready. Let's go, Keegan.
I'm just saying it's terrible. If I'm Patrick Marleau, I retired last game. Because
what?
Gordie Howe is Mr. Hockey.
Yeah.
And you have to be on that level to break that record.
Well,
you know what I mean?
No.
Like when you think of great players, yes, Patrick Marleau is a great player in the NHL, but is he Gordie Howe levels great? Is his name going to be in the echelons of history of the NHL?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And to me, maybe it's living in the moment.
Can I just move you to the penalty box? Okay, perfect. Wait, did that not work? Move to penalty box. Oh, that's supposed to put you in the penalty box channel. Oh, well.
That's all right.
I was really hoping that was going to work. Guess not. Paul, I'm really glad you said that because I want to take this moment to introduce the rest of the show and the audience that's been sitting here watching. I want to introduce them to the caveman because that's the most cavemaniest take I've ever heard. This is on par with your take saying we can't have 3-point games because then whoever gets the President's Trophy is going to have a gajillion more points than the last President's Trophy winner in history, and that's not okay.
It's-
No, your
That's
logic
a purist.
makes no
That's
sense.
That's a purist
You know what?
NHL.
You
Stand-
play 1,768 NHL games, and you
That's fine.
then can say that Patty Marleau doesn't deserve to break this record. He's a good Saskatchewan boy, just like Gordie Howe, and that'll be important to the Saskies. The record's staying at home. Patrick Marleau is the consummate professional. This is the guy who, if you remember, when he was playing for the Leafs, would go jump in the ice bath between periods. That is, take off all your gear, hop in the ice bath, chill in the ice bath, put all your gear back on. You have to dry off first, I would imagine, and then go back and play more hockey. That is the day-to-day effort from Patrick Marleau that has let him break this record. You're crazy if you don't think he deserves it.
Listen, congratulations. Like, I mean, it is an astounding feat. It is an astounding feat to break that record. Okay? But if I told you Scott Gomez broke Wayne Gretzky's all-time single-season goal record, would you be like, "Oh my God, Scott Gomez"?
Did he?
No, but I'm just saying.
Off the
It's
top of your
it's
head,
not the same
what is,
level.
What
but-
is Wayne Gretzky's single-season goal record?
Isn't it 96?
If
92,
Scott
96?
Gomez scored 96 goals in a single season, yeah, buddy, I would be okay. God damn, Scott Gomez. Yes,
92
yes,
for the
I
record.
The point is, it's the name. That's what I care. Like, Patrick Marleau, fantastic
First
player.
ballot Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, what?
First ballot Hall of Famer.
What did you-
for
before
sure.
that, before that.
Fantastic player.
Thank you.
Wonderful guy. Great teammate. Does he deserve to have been playing this many games? Of course. He's kept it up at his age for this long. Congratulations to him.
More links coming. What's
So-
Kaylee got again? Kaylee's been on fire.
for
Let's
sure.
see. To a Canes legend. That's amazing. Carolina Hurricanes tweeting it out. Congratulations to a Canes
that's amazing.
legend.
My Twitter's not working on my
Nothing's
computer.
working.
That's fine. That's all right. Listen, I'm not upset that he broke the record. Like, congratulations to him. You know, he definitely earned it. He definitely deserved it. But it sucks for me as a hockey fan to now not see Gordie Howe's name there. It's another record that he's losing. Which, you know what? It's fine. All things are supposed to be, like, all records should be beaten.
Hey, Harry Boss X!
What's going on,
Throwing a
Harry?
sub our way.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Kaylee, we know you're really funny. This is why we like having you around to chime in and help us chirp James. Gordie Howe, more like Gordie, who, after that record
Exactly,
is broken,
Keegan.
relax. What it sounds like, Caveman, is that time moves on, and you're uncomfortable with change. That's what it sounds like.
I think this is also a big plus just for how fitness and science and everything like that has changed with the modern athlete as well. Like, imagine how many games Gordie Howe could have played if he had like this generation's fitness
yeah,
levels.
If he didn't
and
get
everything like
suspended
that.
for
50.
fighting
Hold on.
every 3 games.
Hold on,
Well,
dude
that
played
too.
until he was 50. Like,
I know, but I'm saying extrapolate that career to present day, like almost like Yager level kind of
Yeah.
that's true.
kind of a career, right?
But you know
It'd be
what?
something.
Yager isn't breaking Gordie Howe's games played record.
No, but the
Man,
Iron Man,
he
but
could
the
have caught
Iron Man
Gretzky.
Patrick Marleau is.
Patrick Marleau has played through 2 lockouts and a pandemic-shortened season. I'm just saying.
I saw a great line today that Martin St. Louis was drafted, played his entire career, retired, and got inducted into the Hall of Fame all during Patrick Marleau's career.
That's insane. Yeah, that's insane.
Patrick Marleau likes hockey. Okay, enough of this. I think we all just had our big exhale that Zach Hyman is A-OK. I think. No official word yet, but the scuttlebutt going around Leafs Twitters from the beat writers is telling us that it is a short-term thing. How scared were you this morning waiting for this news?
JR, would you like to go first?
I think all of Leafs Nation was holding their bated breath about it. Not only has, I'm not going to go as far as I like to call Sid Sixero, Sid Bayless. Thank you. I believe
please.
Cleary for giving me that one.
Sid Bayless. It was Gucci Cognac.
Who went as far as saying that Hyman is the most important player on the Leafs roster, but He is definitely a very important cog in the machine. I assumed he was going to be back for game 1 of the playoffs. After seeing that, that was what I was really hoping for. So the idea that he could be back even sooner than that is obviously really great, and obviously hope him all the best because he's a great player on and off the ice as well. Never want to see anything happen like that.
I'm going to go on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I didn't lose a second of sleep. Not a wink.
Wow.
And it has nothing to do with losing Zach Hyman, because you know what? Losing Zach Hyman is a kick in the nuts. It is a kick in the nuts to the Leafs. Absolutely. But you know what? This is the exact reason why we traded for Nick Foligno. So that if someone were to go down, we had someone who could fill in. And you know what? As irreplaceable in the Leafs lineup as Zach Hyman is, we went out and made this trade for the exact reason of if he, Marner, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, Galchenyuk, gets injured. And you know what? Good Hyman's coming back early, but if he didn't, still wouldn't be that worried because I know Nick Foligno would have our backs.
And Andrew, we will break down that clip, but that's a good take, Caveman. Look, we were all there last night. It was not a good thing to see. That being said, I agree with you, man. Like, we know that we're not going to make the entire roster play every single game of the playoffs. People are going to get hurt. You don't want to lose these guys. It will happen. This is the whole plan of keeping the shelves stocked so that when you have to sub somebody out or when you lose a key cog, you've got depth. But because you're not the only person to have that take, Caveman, the thing that's getting me really excited, especially after hearing the news that Hyman's injury looks like it is not serious. All right? Theme of the day is optimism. Do you know how much more fun the Leafs are going to be? Do you know how much better the Leafs are going to be with 2 Zach Hymans?
It's going to be
and Foligno.
It's going to be incredible. It's
now
going to be incredible.
Hyped.
No, absolutely. And you can argue that the 4 games that we lost this week changes with a second Zach Hyman. Changes with Nylander being there and being game ready.
Yeah, so let's
changes with a Freddie Anderson in net. Not saying Jack Campbell's played all that bad. Not saying David Rittich played all that bad. But you know what? Changes are coming.
I spent some time perusing Leafs Twitter, which, by the way, it's not fun. There is so much negativity and pessimism coming from this fan base. Rittich has an unreal game for his first game. Like, I get it. They didn't win. But, you know, he was like introduced to his new team. And then he has to go stop for them. And he's playing his old team. And he's dealing with a lot. I think all things considered, he did real well. No, the fan base is like, why did we trade for this garbage goalie? Like, I love you, Leafs Nation. I am one of you. You are the reason we do this show. Get that crap off of the internet. Use your goddamn head. Like, same deal with the 4-game losing skid. Let's talk about it. Because everybody's in sky is falling mode. By the way, this Nylander thing, wearing his practice jersey, immediately Leafs Twitter is like, this is insane. Fire Keefe. What is he doing? He played 21 minutes last night. He's still practicing on that second line with JT. So, you're fine. The 4-game losing streak, are the wheels falling off? Because I don't actually think they are. It's how many times I gotta tell you zoom out? Big picture.
No. The wheels are not falling off. The wagon is still chugging. However, you can see a couple bolts coming loose on one of the wheels. And that is Manny Malhorta.
Okay, we're gonna
How do you have a job still? Why is it that when the Leafs get a 5-minute power play, you can look at Braden Holtby in the Vancouver net and look at his defense and say, oh, thank God. Thank God it's 5 minutes. I get to relax for a bit. Like, why does that happen?
This
His
team
power play is abysmal. Abysmal. Put Marner in the box, put Nylander in the box, play 4-on-4. Do that instead. Take a penalty right away. Go 4-on-4. Don't go 5-on-4. Don't get a power play. It's useless. Useless for this team.
I feel like that was worthy of the caveman angry button.
And it's not even that angry. That's frustration boiling to the
Yeah,
top.
I
How
can
does
hear
not
it.
everybody feel that?
Well,
You
the
look
team
at
feels
these-
it. Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're right. And your frustration is palpable. I can feel it. The buzz around the team at the moment is that when it comes to the power play, they are all in their own heads. They know. Okay, and this goes back to the Kevin Bieksa thing, right? They know what's going on. They know how we are talking about them. I have it on good authority that 3 people from the Leafs actually watch this show on a regular basis. I might be making that up.
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. That's an accurate number.
Apparently, the coaches, they all feel it. It's the players. They're in their head. They're not shooting. And if you actually look at the numbers, I think their shot attempts per 60 on the power play have gone down considerably over this stretch. They are very much in their heads, which is why I think you just need to blow up the power play. Like, I wanted Nick Robertson on the power play. I want 5 guys on the power play who don't regularly play on the power play. Give me Mikheyev, put Brody on the back end, or Justin Hall even. Give me a nice little hammer time from the point. So how about Justin Hall, Ilya Mikheyev, like one of Matthews or Marner, maybe Willie.
So,
and then like Spezza or someone else. Like, just do it. Just because they'll be so happy to be there, they might do something ingenuitive and creative.
So I'm not saying that's a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. However, Mikheyev can't finish 5-on-5. I don't think he's going to finish 5-on-4. Unfortunately, it's not going to change it. Spezza might be actually a viable option to just throw out there continuously because the guy shines
The point
with opportunities given to him. He just shines. I heard a week ago from Mike Zigomanis, one of the only good things I've ever heard from this guy. I'm sorry, buddy, your takes are awful. One of the only things I've ever heard good come out of Mike Zigomanis' mouth was he said, when a power play is struggling, just send out your regular lines. Just keep rolling. Because you know what? If Matthews, Marner, and Hyman with Riley and Brody on the back end, if they dominate 5-on-5, they're going to dominate 5-on-4. They're not going to get in each other's way because they play with each other. They know where their position is. They know where to go. They know what they're doing. Just roll it.
Don't
Just
treat it
roll
like a power play.
Don't treat it like a power play. Get out of your own head, score a goal, maybe even give your third line an option, like an opportunity. You know what I mean? Let them get some momentum. If you're just going to lose momentum because you're not going to take a shot with your regular guys, don't go with your regular power play. Go with your regular lines.
I hear it.
Play standard.
Keegan says it's not a great idea. Keegan says it's not a great idea to do what? To switch up and break open your power play? Change the game plan from the current system to being based behind the net. Let Willie be the main zone entry guys. That works too.
How about we don't do every zone entry with a drop pass? How about we don't do that? How about we chip the puck in?
A little bit more dump and chase. Yeah, they're all with you, man. The drop pass ain't good. Dump and chase, build a strong cycle in the offensive zone. I like cycle hockey, and I understand that these Leafs aren't built to play cycle hockey, but that doesn't mean they can't play cycle hockey.
No, Danny, I want you to close your eyes for a second, okay? Just close your eyes for a second. You're playing against the Montreal Canadiens. Shea Weber, the biggest, toughest guy on the back end for the Montreal Canadiens, just took a penalty. Okay?
Okay.
Riley has it behind the net. What happens next?
He dishes to Austin Matthews in the one-time circle.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody's ready for it.
Yeah, and then what happens? Right? Then the puck goes on the other end.
Yeah.
Matthews picks it up in his end, and he skates it out. Gets to the red line, drops it to Mitch, who drops it to Riley, who enters the zone.
Wait.
And it's like, well, they don't have...
Why did we start a power play in our own zone?
Whatever.
Yeah, what? That's a strike. That's a strike.
That's not a strike.
That's a strike. You're up to 2. I think.
Anyways.
James, is it a strike?
No.
I'll give him a free. I'll give him a freebie.
Hesitation.
That's his second freebie. Hold hold on. No, we're asking the room. We have the room, so we're asking the room. Stand by. That's how this is happening. Poll. Was it a strike?
Absolutely not a strike. I never said they started in their end. I just said Riley
Yes,
has
you
it behind
did.
the net.
Behind-
I just said Riley has it behind the net.
You said
I
Shea
never
Weber
said they
just
start.
took a power play, which means just took a penalty, which means we just started the power play.
That's a
I
big
think James
mistake.
has some numbers for us.
Go ahead, James. What are you thinking?
Okay, just looking over. This is drifting slightly away from the power play here, but I'm just going over the last. So the 4-game losing streak. If we go by Corsi for percentage, the Leafs are currently sitting in 9th in the NHL at 54.36%.
This is Corsi over the last how long, James?
The last 4 games, April 12th to.
Power play Corsi over the last 5.
Okay, hang on. I can change that to power play real quick. Power play course. So even strength Corsi, they're at 54%. If we go by power play,
Still really good.
they drop. Oh, there we go. They drop to 11th at 89.
But it's still,
89%.
That's not telling us anything, man.
No.
Power play Corsi is high. Yeah, okay,
I was gonna
makes
say
sense.
power play course doesn't make sense. I was just going. I just had a couple of numbers for the whole thing, but the big tell is that their PDO over the last 4 games is sitting at a nice 970, which, you have a few bounces. Like you look at the Spezza open net last night.
Yeah.
Is that not the 3rd or 4th wide open net that Jason Spezza has missed this season?
He's also scored.
I can count. No. I'm not trying to put the blame, but I'm more just trying to illustrate how unlucky some people have been this year. Like I'm pretty sure there's at least 3. And then you can count Tavares on top of that. Like there's a few, I don't know, there's a few guys that just feel kind of snake bitten over the last little bit. If we go, give me a second to get expected
Remind
goal.
me with PDO. So PDO is the luck stat.
Is shooting percentage plus save percentage.
But what's the mean? Is it if you're at 1,000?
1,000. Yeah.
So at 970, they're below average, which is to
They're
say
below average.
unlucky.
Which for the season, I've got them here. For the season, the Leafs are sitting at. Come on. Oh no, hang on. That's since March. Give me one moment.
Well, as you're looking at it, and for those that need the context here, your PDO is your luck stat. So below 1,000, they have been statistically unlucky, as close as we can get to quantifying that. And obviously, that doesn't make you feel any better. But
listen, you create your own luck. I'm sorry to say it, but you give yourself the opportunities to get luck. I don't care if your shooting percentage, save percentage is PDO stat, luck stat, whatever.
By the way, poll is done. Yes, Paul, that is your second strike.
Absolutely not a strike.
That's the room decides, man. We
Listen,
for the
that's
fans,
fine.
by the fans.
That's completely fine. The room is wrong, and I want them to know they're wrong.
Well, as I like to say, I may not always be correct, but I am always right.
Yeah.
So
that is exactly what you say.
James, while you're digging into those, I want to go ahead and break down. I don't know if we can get the expected goals for you, Keegan, but if we can, that would be neat.
Expected goals for at 5-on-5 for the Leafs is currently 65.9%.
Say that one more time.
At 5-on-5, expected goals for the Leafs is 65.9%. That's absurd.
I mean, guys, the numbers tell you all you need to see. The Leafs are, honestly, not the worst. It's just stressful.
No, they're the worst.
Keegan, so Paul got his first strike for cursing. He got a second strike for...
allegedly.
He got a second strike for outlying a mental picture. Outlying? What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, that should be a strike. So he painted a mental picture of a power play that started in the Leafs' defensive zone.
To be completely clear here, I said, and I quote,
I don't know why you're still
we have a power play, picture Riley behind the net, go, what happens next? And Danny took that as, why is Riley starting with the puck in our own zone?
Well,
which I did
not
not
just me.
say.
Whole room.
So theoretically, Danny should get a strike for assuming that I was suggesting the power play just started.
Okay, we're not. We're not
No, no,
breaking
hey,
down
listen,
the strike
we're-
system. That's not
I'm
the point
just-
of the show.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
And being bad, going full TSN analyst and being bad. At
Why
explaining.
not at this point? Can't get any worse. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Hey, Cleary.
No, it's true. We should. It would make up for our zone entry, our lack of zone entry chances, right?
Look, I understand we're all frustrated. Should we spin the wheel of gimmicks and giveaways? Just to unfrustrate the room?
Just for fun. Oh, hi, Snowberg.
Well, it's not totally for fun. Was Snowberg in the room?
He just joined and then left.
Oh, all right then. You know what? I want to spin the wheel. And
Spin the wheel.
then I want to break
Spin
down the
the
Edler hit.
wheel.
But is that fun?
Spin
Can
the
we do
wheel.
this? It's going to be the wheel of
Spin
gimmicks
the
and
wheel.
giveaways. This is your opportunity to potentially win something or just inject a little excitement into this room. So shall we? I guess. Oh, there's one tweak that we've got.
That's
to make
low, Alan. That's low, eh? Blue Jackets are not in a playoff spot, but they do have 3 first-round picks. So we'll see you guys in 3 years now.
Huh. The man has been paying attention. I appreciate that. Let's see. What's Caveman shot? Potentially Sambuca. Let's see. Should we spin that wheel?
You are more than welcome to.
All right, my friends. Just for you guys, to make you feel a little bit better about this really, really brutal stretch that the Leafs have had, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Brass
Sprained
Bonanza! Hey!
2 weeks
Doing this for
behind
you guys.
sprained MCL.
Oh, god damn it.
That's fun.
It landed on Prairie Fire. because
All
of
right.
course it
Yeah.
did.
Well,
Okay, here's
while
the-
Daddy's doing his Ghost Pepper Prairie Fire, let's
I don't
do
have,
it. Paul,
okay, I don't have tequila. So, how do I get away from that? I have a bottle of Jack. But I
all
don't
right,
wanna
Jack and Ghost Pepper
I
sauce.
don't
Then
want to put hot sauce in my Jack Daniels.
you should have bought tequila then.
Uh-oh.
Tequila's expensive, eh?
Is that really how it's going? Am I going to have to put ghost pepper sauce in my Jack Daniels?
I say we let the room decide. I say we
I-
let the room
I
decide.
I'll
say
commit
your
to a shot of Jack Daniels.
okay. I say your choices are either a double shot of Jack or a shot of Jack with hot sauce in it. Room decides.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, what's Danny drinking? Hey, I do this for your guys' entertainment. Double Jack or Jack and Ghost Pepper. Ugh. God. There. The poll is up. Oh, my, a double Jack with a hot sauce chaser? It's not happening.
No, that's
Animals,
too much.
all you.
I draw the line at
While
that.
you guys are figuring that out, so Omar, who will be on the show in 20 minutes' time, TicTacTOmar, he'll be telling us a little bit about what he's been doing and with the Athletic, among other things. But I also wanted to shout him out because he sent me this GIF, and I just want to take a look. So I'm going to drop the link here into the chat, just to the tweet that he sent out, and go ahead and take a look for yourself, because I've been breaking down how many strikes for that to happen. I don't know, Keegan. I don't know. That's a 5 striker. That's a lot. A double Jack with ghost pepper sauce, gnarly. Take a look at that link in the chat. What's going on, Eli? You go ahead and take a look at that link. You're going to see the hit. It looks like Alex Edler is barreling towards Hyman, and Hyman slows up. And I can't tell if he slows up because he's trying to get onto the bench or if he slows up because he sees Edler coming. But in slowing up, I feel like that almost helped prompt the knee-on-knee collision. Like, without that last move, it's not knee-on-knee. And I almost feel like it's an unfortunate accident. I agree with the suspension. Kneeing is kneeing. Fine. But I don't know how malicious it was. And Edler's not a dirty player, is he?
I mean, he's already been suspended for knee on knee, I think at least once. I know I was just looking it up. He's been suspended for kneeing Eric Stahl back in about 2014, because he was suspended.
The Winter Olympics.
So he was suspended for the last 2 games, I think, of the World Championship, and then the IIHF threw him an extra 2 games to the Sochi Olympics once he was named to the team. It was like 4 international games, and that ended up being 2 and 2.
Okay, but like this was also 2014. So this is and that could have been a fluke too. Like, although I don't remember the play that got him suspended out of the Olympics, so I'm not sure. Steve Dangle says he's been playing dirty against the Leafs, but he might be biased. I mean,
well, I don't think he necessarily said he was, because I was going to bring this up. I don't think he's saying he's played dirty against the Leafs. He's just kind of pointed out that Edler has taken 5 penalties in 3 games against them, because he did have that temper tantrum against Spezza when Spezza just dummied him.
I did forget about that.
So
I mean, okay, so he's playing with a little bit of attitude. Fine.
I think he's playing with a little extra attitude. Like I'm trying to look at this here. It looks like Hyman puts the puck, because just looking at Omar's GIF, puts the puck up the boards and tries to get around Edler. Edler definitely does change the angle of his leg. I don't know if that was like maybe trying to stick his hip out or whatnot, but there's definitely an effort at the very least to interfere with Hyman there.
But Hyman had a puck. So what do you mean interfere?
Well, no. So I'm saying, like, he chips the puck up the boards and then that move that you're talking about, I think, is to try and get around Edler so he can go fetch it. He doesn't like chip it down into the zone or anything. It looks like he tries to get around Edler, and Edler sticks the leg out to be like, okay, you're not going to get around me as quickly here.
Yeah, he wasn't going for the knee. He was just.
I don't think he necessarily. Yeah, I don't think he necessarily was trying to go for the blatant take his knee out from underneath him, but he definitely was trying to make some contact with Hyman's leg there.
So here is something that GIF is not showing exactly.
Mm-hmm.
On the broadcast, you can see it clearly. They were tracking Edler's shit.
Caveman? Earth to caveman.
Why was I just sent to the penalty box?
Now it sent you to the penalty box? Can you connect your camera, please?
Isn't that weird? That's very weird.
Now it sent you to the penalty box?
That's weird.
Can I do that again? It's still not letting me do it, so I don't know what that's about.
It's gonna wait for the next take. Like I didn't even click. Caveman has.
There he goes.
Did I send it to the penalty box again?
What's going on here? Hey.
What?
Gosh.
I think I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay, it works.
Okay,
it works. Just testing.
Yeah,
it.
Eli, I'm on the same line as you. I think he was trying to
Rogers. Cleary with the win. I like that.
I think he was trying to trip him up, or at least hold him up a little bit from getting into the zone.
And remember that Edler was on the end of a 3-minute shift.
He was on it. He was getting towards a 3-minute shift. 3-minute shift. It was like 2:50.
Well, you get a little stupid when you've been.
He was exhausted. He was exhausted. He was maybe intending to slow the play. I don't see him intentionally going to hurt Hyman there. You know what? Yeah, it was a knee on knee. Yeah, that was like dirty. Does he deserve the 2-game suspension? Of course. Is it anything more than that? No. Get over it.
No, it's in line with what other kneeing suspensions have been with in the past little bit.
Which is why it's fine. I know Cleary's not going to be happy with that take in the chat because Cleary just wants blood. Cleary is not happy. Cleary was really mad. I don't know how much money you lost on it. Also, I'm looking for the poll results and I can't find it.
Oh, it was okay. Apparently, the reason why Nylander was wearing a gray jersey was late for a meeting and may not play tomorrow as a result.
Oh, I see.
Good good message, I guess. I mean,
Okay, well, hold on. All right, they're in Vancouver. They're in Vancouver for 3 days. Okay. He didn't go to the Roxy, but he was doing something or seeing someone. Okay. By the way, do you remember when I said that he got COVID because he went and met a pretty girl who tested positive for COVID? And I said that with no evidence, but it was my gut feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, that quote from him definitely sounds like he did.
That's exactly what happened. The quote from
Yeah,
Willie,
I remember I exactly said who was lucky enough to have a one-night stand with William Nylander.
Yeah, he was there, and he said, we came back from the road. I met someone. They tested positive the next day. That's what happened to him last night. If he missed a meeting, like he went out. He's in Vancouver for 3 days. Do you know what it's like to be an NHL player and have they slide into your DMs and they're like, "Hey, we know you're in town. Where are you? Where you staying? What's your Snapchat?"
And so this is why.
Easy.
Well,
This is
especially
why,
in BC,
if that's
are
the
lighter.
legitimate reason how he missed a meeting, or if that's why he got on the COVID protocol list, Willie, I ain't defending you. Your jersey's staying there for a bit.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if you go and do this and you end up on the COVID list, okay? Not only that, but you do this, you're in Vancouver now, where the big cloud of the Vancouver Canucks situation is looming as large as it possibly can. Like, you do this again, Will? You think just because you come in and crank your 100th goal?
Allegedly.
Or maybe he just sellied too hard because he scored his 100th goal. Maybe he was literally just hungover in the hotel room.
100%. I would.
Either or.
Matthews is going to score his 200 this year. Like, on his pace. Jeez.
Also, quick update from Mark Masters. Freddie Anderson came out at the end of practice and skated with teammates for the first time since March 19th.
Hey.
And flipped off the media.
What?
Keith said the players were pumped and everyone wanted to take a shot on him before they left the ice. Too soon to say when he plays, but an encouraging development.
Well, speaking of shots,
Ghost Pepper.
I don't
Ghost
like this.
Pepper Jack.
You're right, Keegan. I was trying to add a little bit of love to the room, and instead,
Well, you did. You're just bringing it through your...
drink this.
It's your fault for jinxing it by saying you didn't want to drink too much during the show.
The things I do for you all. I love you.
Listen,
dearly.
it's a very disappointing show. Has to have a very disappointing
The hardest
results
part
for
about
Danny.
this is I gotta put like I don't even mind the ghost pepper sauce. First of all, my stomach is having a hard time from last night because I'm aging and I don't like it. And secondly, I gotta put 2 things in there that are gonna make it even worse. Whiskey and ghost pepper sauce. What, Kaylee? My new tagline, I'm aging and I don't like it. It's not the worst tagline. Oh.
Yeah, not at all. So, are you ready for my new Nick Robertson take, guys?
Only if I can take this shot first.
Go ahead. Disgusting.
That is actually awful. The ghost pepper sauce isn't even the worst part. The ghost pepper sauce is fine.
The Leafs Fancast. It's a very disappointing show. Absolutely, that is our tagline.
Woo!
That is. It's a very disappointing show with a very disappointing team.
Oh, man. Kaylee, don't do us like that. No, I think this is an exciting show. It's a fun
very
show. And we'll,
And Nick Robertson shouldn't be playing.
What do you mean he shouldn't
Rasmus
be playing?
Sandin should. I want to see Sandin play some games. I need to see Sandin get in there.
Well, it sounds like we're going to see him tomorrow night. He's got, skating with Bogosian and
And Dermott's going to sit?
power play 2 reps as well for him.
You know what? That is a good sign because come playoff time, the Tampa Bay Lightning last year won the Stanley Cup playing 9 different defensemen.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Well, we've seen
So if we have been blessed with the lack of injury to our blue line through this season. So I think getting the boys with some reps, getting Sandin with some reps, I would say even put Hutton in there. Let him get accustomed to the team. If you're going to put Bogosian with Sandin this game, then next game do Dermott and Hutton. So, just make it a little fair, make it so they understand where they're playing and what their situation is. As far as Nick Robertson, I don't want to see him in the lineup. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Okay, couple
He's
questions.
not good.
Couple questions for you in all of this. They mixed up the lines last night. Lines, I mean defensive pairings.
Yep.
How'd you feel? Muzz and Brody looked pretty good. Mojo and Hall maybe a little less so, but whatever. It's their first game. The whole logic here, the strategy is that, well, we know that we're going to get hurt in the playoffs. That's kind of the theme, I guess, of today. And we wanted to try that out. You might as well. That's a luxury that you have when you're the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, and ramping up for the playoffs is something that this team should start doing.
Okay,
and
so you agree with the logic.
I agree with the logic. The execution, I didn't care about. I mean, it was the first game we did see it, so can you really blame them for not looking so perfect? So, not saying that they were bad.
Can I not give you the argument that guys like Nick Robertson need to be in the lineup right now just to get a few reps in so they don't come off totally cold when it's time for the playoffs?
So I don't care. So I don't care about Nick Robertson because he shouldn't be on the Leafs team.
You know, that's
come playoff. No, it is fair. It is fair. We have an enormous amount of
this
depth.
Is ageism.
Ageism.
You are prejudiced against him because he is 20 years old.
Yeah,
19
absolutely.
years old.
Absolutely. I could beat him up in a fight. Actually, I don't think so.
There's no chance. I would pay to see it.
Actually, how big is he? I'm curious. From Mark Masters, Foligno, Ben Hutton, Stefan Nosen to join Leafs in Winnipeg on Wednesday. Nice.
Yeah. Just wanted to put that in the chat. Didn't want to interrupt your
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So
he is 5'9", 164. Honestly, I could probably.
He's like 5'8".
I'm 5'8", 230.
Okay, but he's lean.
No, of course he's lean. I'll just wrestle him to the ground.
Okay,
I mean, you saw what happened when Ben Askren fought Jake Paul.
Okay,
just don't fight him on your feet. You know.
God. Yeah, when the wrestler got into a boxing match with Jake Paul, who refuses to fight anybody who actually knows how to box. Yep.
So here's my reason for Nick Robertson. Sandin is a necessity, not a luxury for him to play right now. It is a necessity that he plays.
Why?
Because if you were to take our best 7th and 8th and 9th defenseman, Sandin ranks 8 behind Ben Hutton, maybe, I guess.
Well,
and Marty Marinson is 9. Yeah, on our depth chart. Okay. Nick Robertson is not the first guy up. He is not the second guy up. In my mind, he should not be. He should not be there.
We talked about this last week. I don't want to get into this again, but if Willie gets hurt, you put Robertson on the second line. Apparently, you put Robertson on the second line with Willie because that's a good idea.
And it fails, and we lose to the Vancouver Canucks, who haven't played a game in 2 weeks. Again, nothing against the kid. One day he will be a star. Not right now. Riley Nash is better.
Riley Nash is hurt for sure until the playoffs. I put a poll in the chat because I'm curious what you've got to say here. We're just asking, should Nick Robertson be in the lineup? Danny's on team, yeah, for sure right now. Let's do it. Or I guess in Canadian, yeah, no, for sure. Paul is on team, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100%.
Yeah, for sure. That just came out of your mouth, bud.
Yep, exactly.
All right, we've got 5 minutes until our buddy Omar is slated to join the show. We'll see if he goes ahead and gets connected on the old Discord and such.
Yep.
And we will talk to him when he does. Man, I guess because we got a couple minutes here, and I was toying with this, Paul, but does it matter if the Leafs finish first in the division or not? If they finish second to, let's say, Winnipeg, who's played them tough all year, does that bother you? Does that bother you substantially?
No. Not subconsciously, not even a little bit. I will not lose a wink of sleep.
Because we got 4 points up, so obviously that game on Thursday is going to be huge.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. The Leafs are the best team in this division, bar none. Mm-hmm. Points in the standings are one thing. That's fine. We play to our competition. That's why we've lost to Ottawa so many times. It is what it is. It is what it is. Every other team has beat up Ottawa. Every top team has beat up Ottawa. What do we have? Like almost a 500 record against them?
Speaking of Ottawa, you wanted to clarify the terms of our bet. And I think we did this last week. And for those who are unfamiliar, at the beginning of the season, Paul the Caveman Cavaretta and I made a $50 wager where I took the stance that the Ottawa Senators will not finish last in the Scotia North TM division. Caveman, what about this needs ironing out? We said
No, I just want to make sure because Vancouver is now officially back.
Yeah.
They are supposed to play all their games.
Mhm.
Calgary is playing all their games. Ottawa's playing all their games. They're the 3 bottom teams.
Yeah.
Even with Vancouver out 2 weeks, Ottawa still couldn't catch up, which is a bit of a nightmare for you.
Ottawa has
You know?
7 games in hand and is 3 points behind.
Yeah.
It's
So I'm
a
not
good
listen.
picture.
No, it is not a good look for you. I'm just saying $30 and you can back out today.
Nope. I'm feeling good about this. Yesterday for the Canucks was a flash in the pan. Ottawa's going to roll in the last couple weeks of the season with an opportunity to play spoiler. Watch them get into a position to play Montreal late in the year and knock Montreal from a playoff spot because the Flames decide to get hot. The Flames, by the way, 2 games up on Montreal, but they are 6 points back. Any kind of slump here for the Habs, coupled with any kind of hot spell from Calgary, I'm just saying, it's not set in stone just yet.
Also, don't
Okay,
forget that.
whoa. What's the bad take here, Keegan? Because I've been on that Senators take all season long. And I've been drinking Jack for a long time, too. Okay, I'm going to hold my take.
Don't
Watch
forget,
that.
3 of the next 4 Flames games are against the Canadians too.
So that's going to be massive.
That'll be huge.
They're hot
for
right
sure.
They split. Well, the Flames split the first 2 against Montreal. They won Wednesday. They lost on Friday.
Mhm.
They play Ottawa tonight at 9, and then the 23rd, 24th, 26th. They've each got 3 games at home against Montreal.
Cleary, that's a hot take right away. That the Leafs don't beat the Jets in a playoff series. That's
Nah. Only reason I say that's true is if Hellebuck plays like Vezina Hellebuck.
No,
I'm not scared of Winnipeg.
Listen, Cleary, you're wrong, and that's okay. I'm actually more afraid that we're going to lose to Montreal because, again, the Leafs play to their competition. Montreal is a worse team with an insanely hot insane goaltender who can get hot and steal a series, and that is what I'm worried about. So if we actually lose and we play against Connor McDaddy and Leon Draisaitl, I'd be more than happy to smash them in 5 games, not 6, 5 games, smash them in 5. And then go roll on to face Winnipeg and smash them in 4 because Pierre-Luc Dubois is a little girl.
So, what's wrong with that?
No, it's nothing. It's just Nick Foligno is going to show him why he should have took his vitamins with John Tortorella, and I'll be happy with that. And then my playoff story will be written for the Leafs, and then I'll shut up about it.
Sounds good. We're still waiting on Omar. So tell you what, we haven't talked about any of this at all, and I think it kind of got buried with the severity of what's going on with Zachary Hyman at the moment. Hey, don't look now. Jack Campbell hasn't played too well. The room has been... Yesterday during the game, the room was fairly lenient on Campbell. I don't think anybody was blaming him for anything, but at the same time, that overtime goal, you want that back. I think the Canucks' first one you probably want back as well. I mean, between that and between getting pulled on Wednesday rather. Thursday? Time has lost all meaning. How are you feeling about Jack?
Last 4 games, just interjecting real quick. Last 4 games, Campbell is at a .773 save percentage.
Okay, but that's in a very... I mean, it's the last 4 games.
Yeah.
And,
No, I wish I could. I wish I.
Is that
I was
his
gonna say, I
last
wish I
4
could.
starts?
Yeah, it's his last 4 starts. So that's the win against Ottawa, loss against Montreal, him getting yanked against Winnipeg, and then losing last night. So okay, take out the 500 against Winnipeg because I can't weight the average off the top of my head. You've got 2 875s and an 844.
So it's less than ideal.
So, are you ready for the insane take?
From you?
Yeah, ready?
Hit me.
It was going to happen eventually. What are we worried about?
Whoa, buddy. I got it. Hold on. That was a hot take. It is warming up in here. Jeez.
Honestly.
For reals. Guy like Campbell, okay, nobody in the room, none of you thought he was going to go undefeated this year.
No.
You just would have preferred his losses didn't come one after the other.
Yeah,
No,
it's one of those.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, James.
No,
James,
well, no,
James.
I was gonna say if you sprinkle these games in between those 11, instead of him breaking the win streak, if he goes like 3 really good and then one of those 3 really good, we're not talking about this. Or we are like a little bit. We're not freaking out about it.
All right.
No, but you know what's really nice to see? That it's happening now before the playoffs. Because what you don't want to see is Freddie fall, then Campbell fall, and then you're relying on Rittich. Do you know what I mean? So if Campbell falls now and then picks himself back up, which fingers crossed he does, right? As a starting goaltender in the NHL should, and a backup goaltender in the NHL should be able to, right? Thank goodness it's happening now, because if this happened in a Montreal series, the pressure would be unimaginable and insurmountable on Jack Campbell. And you don't, if it was me as coach, Freddie injured or not, I wouldn't even have him in the backup slot because he would be fragile if he went down 3-0 or 0-3. Do you know what I mean? So thank goodness it happened now.
Yeah.
Let's hope he picks it back up. He gets back on his horse and he says, you know what? I'm Jack Campbell. I worked too damn hard for this and I'm here to stay.
Well, I will say this and then we're going to take a break. How deep are we going in the playoffs when we haven't won a round with this core? Cleary put a pin in that. We're going to come back to it. We're going to take a quick break, 3 or 4 minutes. Haven't decided yet. While we get ourselves ready for TicTacTOmar. Omar's going to be joining the program in just a minute. Snow, I see that you're in the room, but unfortunately we've got to go to a break, and I need to put you in the penalty box because I can only have 4 people in this channel. Leafs Fancast. Dean Blundell Media Network, twitch.tv/BingPotTV. We'll be back in a few. Yeah, we'll say in 3. Let's do this thing. Wait, I have buttons to hit. 3, 2, 1, and fantastic. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls,
That was smooth.
children and such. We are back. Leafs Fancast on the Dean Blundell Media Network and on twitch.tv/BingPotTV. Very, very excited to be joined now by the one, the only TicTacTOmar. That is Omar of Twitter fame and now of The Athletic fame. What's going on, my dude?
Oh yeah, it's just been pretty good. A lot of changes, that's for sure. And we were talking before recording a lot of stuff in Leafs land. Besides embarrassing losses and all that jazz. But besides that, it's been all right.
Oh man, yeah, we feel we had a bunch of guys from the Canucks. One of the writers from the Canucks Army and Teddy Wong as well from the PP1 podcast. And yeah, I was really excited to have them on the show so we could roast them as the Canucks went down in spectacular fashion. Needless to say, it did not go that way.
Yeah. Well, that was your first mistake, assuming that the Leafs would win a game that they should totally lose or totally win. Yeah.
Exactly.
One of the things you'll come to learn, Omar, on this show is that I'm just trying to keep everybody feeling good and positive. And yeah, you might say that it was a textbook trap game, but I would say, nope, they're ready for it, and I would be wrong. So we learn to live and move on.
Just a question before we actually get into that, because I heard on the radio this morning. I was driving to work at my construction job as a plumber when Mike Zigomanis, the dummy dumb,
Oh boy.
okay, the absolute moron, decided to say that this is on par with the David Ayres loss
It's not.
and the 4-1 loss to Boston. What are your thoughts on that? What do you got?
I mean, it's bad, but it's not that bad because the difference is that yes, the Leafs lost, but they lost because Braden Holtby is a freaking, I don't know, he just snapped. He went around the world on our good old boy Wayne Simmons, and a lot of things came into play. Whereas the David Ayres game is a past prime, not even NHL goaltender. Right, we all know the backstory. He's a great dude, but that's not an NHL goaltender. Whereas Braden Holtby was, and Leafs shot themselves in the foot, but they had a lot of chances, and Braden Holtby stopped them. We got out goalied. So,
and you know what? You want to talk about Calgary maybe getting hot and stealing a playoff spot from Montreal? If the Holt Beast resurges,
It's not happening.
that is what it's gonna. That's
No,
what's
it's
gonna
not.
terrify me.
Vancouver.
I mean,
The Holt Beast, when he took Washington to where he took them, all I'm saying is that he did not deserve to lose his job.
Caveman, we've had enough terrible takes today. I have some questions for our boy Omar. First question. This is probably the most important thing that I can ask you all day, and this was supposed to be the first question until Caveman stole the thunder from me. But, Omar, is it pronounced GIF or GIF?
oh, I'm a GIF.
Thank
I'm
the
team GIF.
Lord.
Okay, good.
I've never pronounced it as GIF. I do understand it, or I can rationalize it, but I've always been GIF person. So,
Good. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you had answered anything different, I would have kicked you.
but
off
does
the
it kick
chat.
me off the show,
Yeah,
right?
and
Look,
I'd be like,
okay.
all right, thank you very
Thanks for
much.
speaking to you. Thank you. It's been a great 10 minutes. Have a nice. Have a
That's
nice
it.
life.
You're done. So, okay, you're gonna have to catch me up to things because I like to feel that I'm fairly dialed into Leafs Twitter. I miss things from time to time, and now are you writing for The Athletic now, or was that a one-off doing report cards the other day?
Yeah, so they did bring me on to kind of take some of the burden off of Josh that they have. They're doing the report cards regularly, so I'm doing them not like for every single game, but kind of here and there as they go along. So Michael Cormack reached out to me a couple of weeks ago. Said that they're looking to add more writers, and I said, "Oh, sweet, thanks."
That's awesome.
So yeah, I did the first one. It was a blast, nerve-wracking for sure. Just because it's a bigger scope of audience,
Yeah.
or at least a different scope of audience as well. So, but it was cool. It was really interesting. To kind of get my feet wet in that category.
And it was a long time coming, right? Because they've been throwing you love all the time because you're obviously you're the gift king, you're the gift legend. That's why everybody knows your name. good on you, man. Congratulations for being brought
Thank
on
you.
board. What's your background for like school and like did you go to journalism school at all? Did you dabble in any of that, or is this just kind of
No, literally, I've always wanted to do some type of writing in hockey since like I was a kid. Like I remember, when I was younger, I used to read Pension Plan Puppets when it first actually started coming up, and it's actually cool that I write for them now, and it's one of the things that I always cherish. But in I want to say it was second or third year university, I've always been like an active tweeter. When during these games, because they give us a lot of things to rage about. And I just had the idea like maybe I should just start a blog. And I was going back and forth on it, and then I got some little motivation from a person that's really important to me, and then I started it up. I started my own blog. So just doing like post Leafs game stuff and like daily NHL news, like if a player got like suspended or something, I would just write about it. And then I wanted to kind of get people looking at it, and the first day I hit like 35 likes. I was like, oh my god. It was great.
That's awesome.
And then I would just post it anywhere. And then one day great writer and actually a person I consider a close friend right now, Chris O'Kranitz, who was writing for Tip of the Tower at the time, for FanSided Network, said like, hey, we read your stuff, we'd like to bring you on as a contributor. And then I ended up joining the FanSided Network, wrote for to Tip of the Tower, started writing for a winning habit, which was their Habs site, and then Pension Plan Puppets had an opening. They brought me along, and then it's been, I guess, up from there. But it pretty much just started from just the day of deciding like, hey, I think I just want to blog, and then now I'm here, so it's been pretty cool.
Moral of the story sounds like just go do it. If you want to do it,
literally.
Just go do it.
Honestly, yeah. And I think Steve Dangle talks about it a lot. Like a lot of people say, like, oh, how do I start a podcast? How do I do this? How do I do that? Literally, just do it. If it's something you want to do, just do it, and then you never know who's gonna read it. You never know. Some people literally just be scrolling through their feed, whether it's on Reddit or whatever, some type of search engine or aggregator. Maple Leafs aggregator was actually really cool to me. In the beginning, they actually post a lot of my stuff. You never know. So yeah, definitely. If you want to do something, just do it. You never know who's watching.
We'll have to make a note for producer Nick to go reach out to Leafs aggregator and see if they can throw some love our way as well.
I mean, yeah, they do podcasts as well. So yeah, for sure.
So the GIF thing. Where did this start? Where did this come from? How did it explode into you kind of being a cornerstone of Leafs Nation, especially during the games, to get all that instant analysis and replay?
Yeah, well, when I was on my first account, I just started doing it. At the time, Flinter was a kind of growing up, and I guess in the GIF area, and I actually owe a lot of that inspiration to him and what he was able to do. Nice. And literally, I was just thinking, I'm like, like the goals are great and stuff, but like I also noticed like other things that are pretty cool and interesting. And again, that was another thing that Flinter would do as well, like kind of capture those funny moments. But I also just wanted to kind of just pick up like moments that people use for analysis, and I kind of use that hand in hand with my time in Pension Plan Puppets. Like if we're ever discussing the pros and cons of a player, or for example, like if I were to do, hey, looking at the Leafs power play and why it's so bad. Here are 15 GIFs of them doing the same thing and just passing the puck around and doing the drop pass and expecting things to change. Right? So it kind of came from a place of that, of just wanting to capture the moments, kind of besides the goals and the hits and all that type of stuff. Obviously, those are important as well, but I kind of wanted to capture other areas too. And that was on my first account, so I don't know if people remember that one, the OLW93. And then I just wanted to start over. I just wanted to kind of just start fresh. Then I started TicTacTOmar September of 2019, I believe. And then honestly, I can credit I guess how big it is just to the people who retweet and like and share and make use of my of the gifts that I make on their respective articles and sites and all that type of stuff. So it's pretty much just came down to just wanting to capture those moments for people who maybe may not be able to sit down and actually watch a full game, and the highlights on TV, they don't always show everything. They'll show the big moments, but sometimes it's those little meticulous details. And at least for me, I really like those moments where you see the players like being human. Yeah. Which is really cool. Because we're used to like the pucks in deep and good on the forecheck and that type of stuff. But those moments where you actually see like Tavares smiling, for example.
Wait, what do you mean?
It happens. It happens.
What?
Oh yeah, it happens. Yeah.
I don't understand the
concept. When the full moon is out and it turns, just
he must
slightly...
be wearing camo. He must be wearing camo. When
Mercury's a red.
I absolutely see it.
Yeah. So it just came down to all that, and yeah, I can attest like all the people who just support it, comment, like, retweet. It's been really fun.
I got 2 questions for you. 2 questions. Yeah. 1, do you have a favorite moment that you've gifted or taken and posted?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
So this was last year. Actually, I have a couple, but this is the one that always sticks out to me. It was when Matthews scores a lot of goals. We love him for it. But Matthews does not have many hat tricks. He has a lot of 2-goal games, but not many hat tricks. And it was this game against New Jersey, where Matthews finally got his second career hat trick. And then the feed just panned to him and Marner on the bench, and then Marner kind of looks at him and says, "Hey." He's like, "Woo!" And then Matthews just smiles. So like that's probably one moment that always sticks out to me. And again, just like a moment of just not even just players being players, just dudes being dudes. Two friends just having fun.
And you never see that on the broadcast because get to the hockey, don't get to the friendship, right?
Yeah.
Now, is there and that was question 1. Question 2 is there a favorite game that you've watched and gift along with it? The one that's given you the most content, something that has just been enjoyable.
Man, I don't remember when it was specifically. I think I want to say it might have been the first season. The 2019-20 season, I think. But it was a game against Philly, and it was going into shootouts, and the broadcast kept panning to the crowd. And like the shootout went so long, it went to the depths of the shootout round. So it was just like literally 1 goal and 1 save, and the game was over. Yeah. And then they kept panning back and forth, showing like Leafs fans and Philly fans and back and forth, and just seeing their reactions was just hilarious. Absolutely. So that's definitely a game that sticks out. And one recently was one of our recent wins against Pierre Dorian, because Pierre Dorian of the Ottawa Senators, because he chucked his drink.
Yeah, buddy.
Laughed so hard.
Yeah. Hey, you got to be pretty fast with this, don't you? Oh, sorry, James. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that Flyers game, I believe that was the 11-round shootout, November 2nd, 2019.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yep. It was a fun time.
Our chief stats guy, quick on the draw. TicTacTOmar from Pension Plan Puppets, from The Athletic, and most famously from Leafs Twitter, although that will change as that Athletic role gets bigger, I'm sure. So you got to be pretty fast on the draw here, Omar, to catch all of these real fast. Like, how are you snipping these?
Yeah, well, pretty much what I do is I have kind of 2 screens up, one that's like as live as possible to the game, and then after another screen that's kind of slightly delayed. So like I'll look at it and kind of notice things, and I'll be like, okay, cool, and then just do my capture, and after then tweet it out. So yeah, there's not like a big secret. A lot of people say like, oh, how do you notice things? I'm like, I don't know, I'm just observant. My eyes are really bad. I used to stare at the sun when I was a kid. So
just for fun, just like
so
it's recess.
Just a message to the kids: don't stare at the sun, even if it starts to turn colors. That is not good. That means your rods and cones are being destroyed. So I'm just very I guess observant, and I guess as the time, or I guess as the games have gone on, I kind of take my eye off the puck a little bit. And that was a book I actually read a couple of years back, I believe, by Greg Wyshynski. Kind of about taking your eye off the puck, so like seeing all the things that aren't happening. So like, yes, this goal took place, but like, let's look at that moment when William Nylander like tried to make sure he stayed on side, so they can get that, so they can they can break the zone and have all those passing plays and then score. So it's mostly just I guess just, I don't know, just kind of keeping my eye on things, and after then just quickly making the gifts there. I have to test a lot of the credit goes to my good old MacBook Pro that has not blown up yet.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a lot of watching and stuff. And sometimes it's not as quick or like I'll miss something or whatever, which is no, that's just gonna happen. But yeah, to be honest, like it's funny. Like I actually don't think I'm that quick. And then people were like, "Oh, how are you so quick?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't really think."
Yeah, well, I mean, we're watching the game and it happens, and sometimes our streams are delayed. I'll see it there, and then literally it's already up on the screen. You are fast.
Hey, you're fast, but I heard you never get any complaints, so that's all.
No, I do get some complaints sometimes. There was an era where I used to post like the score. But then sometimes I would just like I don't know, teleport to the future and be like, "Oh my god, it's 2-2" when it's like the first goal of the game. So
just a little excited,
be like, "Oh no, it's 1-0. It's 1-0." So yeah, so there'll be moments, but yeah, for the most part, I haven't gotten any crazy comments, and if I do, I just ignore them.
No, you're spoiling the game. I have it on TiVo at home. I've got it on record, and I can't even look at Twitter anymore.
I'm sorry.
Omar, when you have an eye for watching the game, because your eye gets better as you go, right? And this is, I think it's similar to what hockey writers are doing, but it's also different, I think, because you're looking for all those little things and you're looking for the things that you can clip. You're basically doing the job of a video coach. Whenever you hear Justin Bourne talk about what that was like with the Marlies, it sounds like that's kind of what you're doing. So where does this go? Like, does this live in the world of sports journalism for as long as it possibly can? Or are you thinking about ways to... I don't know. I mean, does this turn into some kind of role with a junior club or what? Or are you just riding the wave?
Yeah, I'm kind of just riding the wave, man. Like I don't really have a specific goal of where to get in within sports media, and I think actually having that mentality has kind of made things a little interesting for me. Where I'm kind of just doing what I do, doing what I like, and that's just what the bottom line is. Like I love the game. I love watching hockey. I love the Leafs, even though they freaking
do you have a 9
make
to 5?
us hurt. Pardon?
Do you have a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Really? And it's just
So I literally it's just a lot of just like time management, making sure that I have time in the evening to watch the games and all that type of stuff. But it's never felt like a chore. It's never felt like a job, and I think that's what's been important for me as far as continuing with this is that. Every time I sit down and I watch the game, and it's not like, oh, like I have to gift the game or I have to watch the game. It's like, no, like I'm watching the game, and even if I'm gifting it, like I still react to stuff, like I still scream like the puck was in the net.
Of course.
After, so it's so like as much as I definitely could lead to a career down the line, but like honestly, I just love doing what I'm doing, and I like that I'm kind of I guess helping other people being able to do their own form of analysis, even just catch up with the game, except for people who TiVo the game and save it for later. I apologize. But there's no really clear goal or finish. I'm kind of just enjoying it, enjoying every minute of it. I think one thing that's really been beneficial about this is that I've met a lot of great people, and I've been able to make a lot of really good friends. So as long as I can continue doing that and continue enjoying it, then that's all that's important for me.
So speaking of your friends, you and Steve Dangle and the Dangle Navy, they're getting a little buddy running some Chel. Our stats guy JR here, because we haven't done it yet. We're just kind of in the process of building the FanCast Chel team. It's going to be really good when we're done. I promise. We have tryouts and things, and I learned how to play
tryouts. Oh, our goalie would love that. He was trying to get tryouts the other I want to say like a year or two ago. Well, I'm like, whoa,
I think what's got to happen at some point. Okay, look, I know that relatively speaking, FanCast were the new kids on the block. I know it's a big, saturated, heavy Toronto Leafs market. That being said, we'd love to go ahead and take a run at the Dangle Navy in some kind of a summit series. Is this something that we could organize?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be cool to do. We've done like series like that before, like over the summer when there was no hockey. We did that World Cup playoff series with Pete Blackburn and Pete Blackburn. I don't know if you're gonna be listening to this. I'm gonna tag you so you hear this. That last win did not count. and we're gonna come back. But yeah, we're definitely down. We definitely be down. We've been playing a lot more recently, so we're kind of shaking off the rust a little bit. Except for Ian Tulloch, he can't play defense to save his own life.
Oh, I'm so excited to go top shelf on Graf.
So yeah. Oh my, no, not even top shelf. You literally, this is what you would do. Ian claims to be a defenseman, right? He claims to be a defenseman. Ian is in the zone before the puck is offensively.
Yeah, that's how you play defense.
That's how you.
Yeah, for sure. And then the times where Ian does play defense, Ian is completely walked. Just like Martin Marinson, just like a full-on pylon, cannot make a move. And then afterwards, when we get scored on, because that happens a lot when Ian's on the ice, he says, "Oh, sorry, boys. I thought we had that."
Malloy wants to know who is clipping this and sending it to Ian. Malloy, please do for us. This would be awesome. Ian Graf, if you are watching this, your own teammate, TicTacTOmar, is just letting us know that you are a Nikita Zaitsev on the back end.
Oh, not even.
Sorry. Aki Berg. My mistake.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I feel bad,
You can't blame the guy. You can't blame the guy. I mean, he's so used to drop passes from the Leafs. He's just waiting for Marner to chip it in. Get it in the zone. I'm already here. What are you doing? Right?
Oh man.
It's good. It's good because a lot of us hockey guys, like hockey fans, didn't grow up playing hockey. You can firmly throw me into that. So in terms of figuring out, like, I know everything I know about playing hockey from watching hockey. So wait, actually, the more I say this out loud, I was about to try and make the point that, like, it's okay. Graf never played hockey. He's getting used to it. But no, man, he's watched a ton of hockey. He should know where the defenseman's supposed to stand.
He's played a little bit. But one person who has played a lot and is still bad is one Mikey Stevens.
Okay.
Who doesn't know 5-on-5 if it's slapped him in the face. Why? Because if he's not charging people, he's just sitting in the box.
Omar, this is your own team that you're just throwing under the bus here.
Oh, I'm aware.
Oh, we lost James.
I'm aware.
JR.
There we go. Yeah, sorry.
Roger just kicked in again.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a day for Roger.
Sorry, fellas.
Awesome. I think that's all I got for you, Omar. Caveman, do you got anything to wrap?
I just want to know: have you ever gone back in time and rewatched that 4-1 Boston game? And
why would you bring this up? What is the matter with you?
Because it's amazing. I thought it would be. That happened on my 16th birthday. I am allowed.
We know. We've heard the story. Why do you bring that up here?
I'm the only person
like
to bring
that.
It up. It's amazing.
That game is everyone's "where were you when" moment. You know what I mean? I remember definitively where I was when it happened. I was at my best friend's house, and we were watching his living room, and his sister came downstairs, and she said, "Oh, they're winning 4-1." And I turned to her, and I said, "I swear if they blow this, I will never talk to you again."
It's been
and then goal after goal after goal after goal. And then when Patrice Bergeron scored that overtime winner, and I heard that accursed music that literally it sends shivers down my spine every time I hear it. We like me and my friend, we literally just stood up. Well, first he whipped his glasses at the TV, and then we stood up and we just left the house and we just walked somewhere.
Good use of a.
And then we saw all the other people on the street doing the same thing we were doing, and it was just. And my friend, like, he was a huge Leafs fan. Like, that day legitimately broke him. Like, he does not care about the Leafs, like, at all.
All right.
Yep.
And it's not like one of those people who are like, who say that they're out, and after then when they start winning, they actually cheer. Like, he's actually done. Like, it broke him.
So I got one for you. I was living in Los Angeles, California at the time. And that's a big deal because I'm the only one in, like, 20-mile radius or more that cares even remotely about hockey. One of the guys I worked with, Boston Bruins fan from Boston. So we take game 7 off, we go to a bar, and we watch the game together. And the whole time, like, I'm not gloating. I am being respectful. I am, like, trying not to be cocky. But then they score the 4th goal. And at 4-1, then I decided to get a little cocky, and I bought my buddy a Prairie Fire.
Oh, no.
So Prairie Fires have made a statement on this show. It's a long story. We got a wheel of gimmicks and giveaways. Sometimes I have to do tequila with Tabasco sauce, but that's what I bought for this guy at the time because I wanted him to feel the burn. And then goal after goal after goal. After the overtime winner, this bar had a giant Jenga set up, So there was like a projector on a stage with the game on, and then a giant Jenga next to it. And I just threw the giant Jenga across the stage. I was not happy. So yeah, I when you say you whipped your glasses at the TV, like I can relate. Like yeah, I think we all threw stuff.
At least you were able to have some kind of release.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I was in Amsterdam in a hotel. My brother and I were sharing a hotel room. It's 3 a.m.
Man.
and my brother's a casual Leaf fan, so he went to bed at, I think it was at the end of the second.
Oh no.
And I stayed up and had to silently absorb what was happening around me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh no.
Oh man,
All
so
right.
you're nice. I would not care.
Well,
I would just be
but the funny thing was too is I was using my buddy's NHL Center Ice account at the time, so I was actually behind. So it got to 4-1, and I tweeted. A friend of mine tweeted. He's like, "Oh, game's over." I'm like, "Not a chance.
Whoa.
Like this is the Leafs." And then he tweets back, "Well, it's 4-2. They'll be fine." And I hadn't even got to the 4-2 goal at that point, so I was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, game over." It's
Oh
done.
man.
So I had a ritual. Okay. First of all, it was my 16th birthday. You know, I decided not to have family over because I wanted to watch the game on my own. And I had a ritual of a very specific set of positions, how I would sit and lie down on the couch, depending on the score. Okay. It was my thing. I don't know. It was my birthday. It was what I was like, I have to do this right.
Okay.
We get to 4-1, right? And for some reason, I got up. I went to my room for like 20 minutes just to watch, or like not 20 minutes, like maybe like 2 minutes just to message somebody or do something. I had to get something.
Did you go
I came
rub
back.
one out mid game?
Did you? Yeah, I saw Kadri score, and I'm just like, it's time. I gotta go. No, I had. So I came back down just before the second goal was scored, but I got back in the wrong position. And then I continuously started switching positions out of order because I was behind.
Oh no.
Okay.
And
so,
I blame myself, but of course I've never done that since, and the Leafs are still the same. So I don't really,
wow. Okay.
It's
So
what
in
it
answer to
is,
Kaylee's
right? It's
question,
what it is.
it's all caveman's fault. One last question for you, Omer. This is from the room. Clearplay wants to know who the best player on your EASHL team is, hands down.
Oh boy, I'm in trouble here. Okay. The best player in raw skill.
Mm-hmm. This is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is.
Answer wisely.
Because it's between. Okay, no, we're talking about like. See, that's hard because the
Who's
different
the MVP
position.
of your team?
The MVP.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch up the question for that. How's that?
Okay, if it's MVP, I'd probably say Nick.
Okay.
Just because Nick is literally like our Phil Kessel, like times 1,000. Like he just like pulls out all these ridiculous like sharp angle goals and like below the red line passes.
But he can't backcheck for shit. Ooh, that's one.
You said it, not me. No, yeah, but I'd probably say Nick. Nick would be our MVP just because of the raw skill. It was close. It was between Nick and Brad. Just
Nice.
Because like Brady's like our solid offensive player, but like he's also a pretty solid goaltender as well. So yeah, I'd say it'd be between those two, but I give a slight edge to Nick there, not James.
All right.
Butter is not good, or Ian.
Butter is not good, and neither is Graf. And you're not giving yourself any love there either, huh?
See, here's the thing. I am the self-proclaimed Zach Hyman.
Yeah,
of the
buddy.
team.
Yeah,
I have
buddy.
no skill,
That's
but
me.
I work. I park myself in front of the net, deflection master,
Yep.
and I just tap home garbage.
He knows where
I
to
do
stand.
absolutely nothing. We actually have a running joke on the team right now is that I probably have touched the puck like in total like 5 minutes in the entirety of the existence of our team.
Excellent.
Because I just park myself and just tapping garbage, and then I sell you like I deked out the entire team every single time.
Those
No
are the
skill, all grit. That's it.
That's the filter.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Omar, thanks for hopping on the show. And man, The vibes are so good. We needed this today. The room is not feeling particularly happy after last night, and thank you for helping us get our mind off of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tomorrow's a new game, and if not,
new game.
Foligno's joining the team on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
so that's something to look forward to.
My boy.
If we
Daddy,
zoom
should we
out-
spin the wheel?
Yeah, you know what? We'll spin the
We
wheel.
gotta
And gimmicks
spin the
and
wheel at
giveaways
Omar's
just for
honor.
Omar. So Omar, this if you're watching, this is our wheel of gimmicks and giveaways. There is a visitor shot on here, and if we land on that, you're gonna have to take a swig of something nearby if that's your jam. That's kind of how this goes. But just for our guest, let's spin the wheel. Maybe we'll give something away. Spin that wheel, and it's a suit swap. Excellent. So I'm gonna go throw on a shiny blazer, and we will pick this show back up in about 10 seconds. Thank you very much, Omar, for joining the FanCast.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Very happy
Thanks for
to
being
have
here.
you. TicTacTOmar, you can find him on Twitter at TicTacTOmar. That is Omar. Amazing. So great to have him on the show. And boys,
Actually,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was going to ask him, is it TicTacTOmar or TicTacTOmar?
Oh, yes, TicTacTOmar. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, no problem.
Nicely done, man. Thank you very much, Omar.
Yeah, no worries.
So as we wrap up, kind of just line up the week ahead that we have for the Leafs, and we will queue up, of course, our FanCast forecast for the end of the show. I mean, Omar, if you're sticking around, you can stick around too. It's no problem. Are you trying to figure out how to drop the voice channel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, ignore me.
Buttons at the bottom left. If you want to kick it, you can kick it.
Oh, gotcha.
just
Okay,
if
take it
you
easy,
wanna
boys.
ride the wave, it's all good, my dude.
Later, buddy. Take care.
Thanks, Albert.
Thanks for coming.
So
What a great guy.
great guy. I would love to get him back on. Maybe
Yeah.
you know what? I'd love to do a watch party with him, but he's working.
Yeah, he works.
The guy's got a job to
We'll
do
keep
during
him.
the
We'll
games.
keep him honest. What do you mean? We'll
Give me a
behind-
quick second, boys. I do owe
Yeah,
the
go
room
get
a gimmick.
All right, so James, let me ask you a question here, okay?
All right, shoot.
All right. With Foligno joining the team, do you have any idea what lines you want to see be put together? What is what is the number one line you want to see put together with Nick Foligno on it?
Are we including? So we're talking about this Thursday, like with the assumption that
All
Zach
right,
Hyman is injured. Like this is not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
playoff game
You know
one.
what? You know what? Screw that. Let's just say Zach Hyman's fine. With Nick Foligno in the lineup, everybody healthy, what is the line you want to see Nick Foligno join? Or what line would you put together to complement his skill set? Where would you put him?
I think average, like just average hopping over the board shift. I want to see him with JT and Willie.
Okay.
If we're going full court press, like down with 5 minutes to go, and you're only playing your top six, then I want to see him with Austin and Mitch too. Like I think your top six when you're down. Let's say you're down a goal with 5 minutes and you're only playing six guys. It's Hyman, Foligno, and then the big four.
Yeah, for sure.
How about Nick Foligno?
Especially if you got the net empty. But
How about Nick Foligno centering Wayne Simmons and Ilya Mikheyev?
you lost me.
That's not
That's
you
a-
lost.
That's a
Yeah.
force
That's
to be reckoned
That's a physical line. It's
with.
a
Well, that's
very
what I'm saying.
physical line.
This is why I'm excited.
That is something I would put out after a power play.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That
Because
works.
we need momentum because we just lost
Yeah.
it.
That is
Right? 100%. I agree. No, I picture it in my head. That is
wasn't
exactly
entirely
what
where I
we
was
need.
going with that, but you're right. but my point is that is not a line I want full time. That is a line after special teams.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I
Um,
just like having options.
Yeah, for sure. What would happen
Hmm.
if you got a little crazy here, a little spooky? We have duos on this team, and I'm not saying Nick Foligno is an elite level player that can keep up with the likes of Matthews, Marner, and Tavares and Nylander. However, Hyman is a great compliment to Tavares.
I think it's
Could
a great
Nick-
compliment to anyone.
To anybody, to Tavares and specifically because if he plays on that line, he'll be a great compliment to him. Matthews and Marner are a great compliment to each other. Could you see a foreseeable future where we have third line William Nylander with Nick Foligno as the third duo?
No, because I think then you're going to eat into Willie's ice time too much. They've said it often enough that they want a shutdown line. So I don't know. Why
I also understand that go kind of Penguins with the HBK line.
With the HBK,
because you had Crosby on line one. You had Crosby, Gensel.
Yeah.
You had Malkin and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but that HBK line was Hagelin, Bonino, and Kessel.
Yes, and Phil Kessel is not a third liner.
You're right.
No, and that line was a destroyer of worlds,
because you can shut down you can try to shut down Crosby, you can play physical and shut down Malkin, but how are you stopping Kessel?
If you're spending your resource on shutting those guys down. Yeah, I see it.
And Hagelin, a fast guy like Hagelin, we have a fast guy named Mikheyev, and Bonino has that grit and kind of a jack of all trades if you think about it, and we have that in Foligno who can play center.
And their names rhyme.
Oh my God.
Right?
Foligno.
Foligno. That is fantastic.
That's fantastic.
So instead of HBK, I would like to see them try it.
You have the MFN.
Monday Football Night.
The Monday Night Football line. Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
Come on, that's an awesome line. The Monday Night Football line.
Willie, Nicky, and Mickey?
God damn. I'm into it.
All right.
I'm into it.
I didn't love the idea at first, but the more I hear of it, I like that comparison to the Kessel line in Pittsburgh. I just don't know that... but I don't like that you're separating Nylander and Tavares. Because then who's going to score on Tavares' line?
The second leading goal scorer on the Toronto Maple Leafs, Zach Hyman.
What about...
Or John Tavares himself.
What about Nick Robertson?
Nick Robertson.
Absolutely not.
What about Nick Robertson aligned with Nick Foligno and Ilya Mikheyev?
Find another Nick. Just find a third.
Find it, and we're going to recreate the Brooks line from season 1, episode 9?
Yeah. Let's do the Nick line. The Nick line. Producer Nick can sub in.
Producer Nick will be on that line. I'm all here for it. I think that's pretty solid. Hey,
but you probably put Kerfoot up with Tavares and Hyman there.
But I don't like it. I don't want him there.
Nobody likes him, but it is what it is.
No, I don't have anything against him personally. I just don't think he's the best fit on this hockey team. I'm sorry.
I think it'd be a good thing to try out in a couple of regular season games, and then if you're down a goal or two and you need to spread out the offense a little bit, I like it.
We have options, I guess. Then producer Nick running in the chat. Put me in, coach. Yo, producer Nick is fired up today. He's been throwing links in the Discord and everything as well. You can join the Discord. Hey, if you didn't know, if you are a fan of footwear, as in socks, specifically Major League socks, you can get yourself a snazzy pair of Major League socks. All you have to do is go to their website and buy them. But we'll make your life a little bit easier. At MajorLeagueSocks.com, promo code FANCASTIC. Paul the Caveman Cavaretta's favorite word. You can enter that. You can get 15% off socks of your choice. Everything on the website. Everything.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Are we going to do the Summit Series against the Dangle Navy?
I don't know how much faith I have in either of you or myself, so I guess I have to start playing Chel a lot more now.
Well, Snowberg, if he's in the chat, pipe up Snowberg, because he's real good at Chel. So
we're training I'm training Cleary right now.
You're training Cleary. Okay, so we might get clear play.
Well,
this is good. We can do tryouts. Because I think we have a ton of people.
Yeah. I will be your TJ Brody. I score almost never, and I break up 2-on-1s.
You and I are both on the back end. Because I've got to be... Oh, Kaylee will come roast us? Hell yeah.
Cleary wants a shot, eh? Cleary needs this.
Okay, so it's the three of us plus Cleary plus Snow. Who plays goalie?
I'll play goalie. Why am I not playing goalie?
Do you play goalie?
No, I'll figure it out.
Wait, what?
It's goalie. What? I'll play it.
Well, hold on. We gotta get producer Nick on the team, obviously. So it's us plus Nick plus Cleary plus Snow.
Exactly. That's the team.
So we have the team. We have the team.
To have a tryout.
Well, we don't have anybody that's challenging for Cleary's roster spot.
That's totally.
Okay, so we got
Nick, you can't be Zach Hyman because Danny will fight you.
No. I'm playing defense.
No, he's playing. He's playing defense.
I'm
with
Zach
me.
Bogosian on the back end.
Danny, are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
Okay.
Is Snowberg like a dominant
forward? Yes. Snowberg will score and snipe for us.
Okay, perfect. I'll play goalie. I don't care.
That means either Nick or Cleary has to play center.
Oh.
Wait, that means Nick, Cleary, and
Snowberg.
And Snowberg are our offense?
Looks like
that's
it.
pretty. That's
Snowberg, pretty good. Cleary, like Goldberg, but Snowberg. That's all right.
I will feed Snowbird. I like it. Let's go Snowbird. He's changing his name now.
Okay, well now I'm just really excited to go play Chel.
All right, we'll get this set up.
We have to. We absolutely have to.
We have to have a team open practice.
All right, Room. I hope you're all feeling pretty good because I think we're all feeling a little bit better after all the drama. 2 weeks for Zach Hyman. Willie, we're going to have to pay attention to what's going on there. And hopefully Jack Campbell figures it out. The rest of the team figures it out because we have some games to predict. What time is it, Paul?
It's the...
Wrong!
It's the FanCast Forecast.
Sorry, what? I literally just said...
It's the FanCast Forecast.
It's the FanCast Forecast. It's actually the FanCast 3cast. We only have 3 games to call. That is tomorrow against the Canucks. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. start. So I could probably come on tomorrow. I'm not going to promise, but I might be able to come on for the second tomorrow because I got a thing until 9:30. Tomorrow happens to be the 20th of April. So if I do show up, the whole wheel of gimmicks and giveaways is going to be populated by breaths of fresh air, and we're calling it the Buds Fancast.
That sounds like a riot.
That's probably going to be the plan tomorrow. All right, Caveman, redemption tour for the Leafs. Do you think they're going to? Are they going to drop another one against Vancouver, or are they going to bring out the hammer?
What are you feeling?
It's a dub, dude. It's a dub. Like,
you're taking dub, eh?
Are you not? Are you legitimately thinking that they're not going to score?
No, I think it's going to be an L. I think we're taking an L here.
You think it's going to be 5 in a row and they're going to drop 2 in a row to the Vancouver Canucks?
Yeah. No, I have to take an L here. It's not about being optimistic or not being optimistic. It's about my faith in Vancouver as a team because they were so much better at the beginning of the season on paper before they started playing.
No, they weren't.
They looked like they would
be this bad, but they weren't good.
No, on paper, like they were a good team. Then they played. Then the season started and everything went to hell. So I personally think it's going to be an L because I want Vancouver to prove me right and to be a better team and make the playoffs. But we'll see how it goes.
It's not going to happen. You're going to owe me $50 at the end of the year. Second game, Jets. So I have this feeling that the Leafs are going to be as evenly matched as possible with the Winnipeg Jets every single time they play. I think the Jets got the last one, so the Leafs are going to win Thursday as well.
You're going to do 3 wins again?
Am I, Paul? Tell me how you feel about that game first.
No, I'm going to do a W. I'm going to do a W against the Jets because you're not going to find the Leafs losing 6 in a row. I don't think they're going to lose 5 in a row either, but I'm just betting that it's the Leafs and they're playing against Vancouver, so it's going to be the Leafs.
Wait, so you just said you picked them to lose, but you don't think they're going to lose?
No, because they should not. The Leafs, this Leafs team should never lose 5 in a row, but it's the Leafs and they're playing Vancouver, so unfortunately circumstances are that they will lose that game. They will not lose 6 in a row. They are playing up to their competition. They will absolutely smash the Winnipeg Jets. And then in the rubber match, is it a rubber match? Because the second match?
Not a rubber match. That's not how that works.
That's the rubber match is the third match, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're gonna smash him again.
Listen to Alan, Paul. Stop bringing the Leafs down. He picked 3 dubs because he's a gangsta.
He is, and I'm gonna pick 2 dubs against the Winnipeg Jets because Nick Foligno is returning and is gonna fight Pierre-Luc Dubois in the first 30 seconds of the first game.
Well, I am gonna head and say it's a loss on Saturday.
All right, fair
because
enough.
we're evenly matched, and it's gonna go back and forth. So, what you've got loss dub, and I've got dub L.
Yeah.
Excellent. JR, how are you calling this series coming up? These next 3 games.
Tomorrow I'm having a tough time. I think they're gonna go.
When we don't think they're going to win, they win.
They win.
So
Yeah.
that's why we're gonna get the dub.
I'm gonna go dub L dub.
All right. So we've all got different picks. I like it. I think we're wrapping up just a couple minutes early here, gentlemen. If you have been watching us on twitch.tv/BingPotTV, this is your reminder. Click the follow button. That way, next time we do one of these, or if we have a spontaneous Tuesday night 420 watch party, you'll know what's happening. We'll be back doing this show again on Monday, but then we will for sure have a watch party this coming Thursday against the Jets. Caveman, I assume you will not be there.
For which one?
Thursday against the Jets.
We'll see. I might actually.
Ooh. He didn't say no.
I have a shutdown sometime this week, which means I got to do work at like midnight, so I don't know when that is.
Nice.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we'll try and get you for the game. One last final thank you to TicTacTOmar. And, man, I am excited to go take on the Dangle Navy in Chel. Boys, this day is behind us. The last game is firmly behind us. We will wipe the slate clean with a dub tomorrow. Yes, Keegan, good reminder. Thanks, Keegan Mack. Dungeons and Do-Gooders. If you're into Dungeons and Dragons, go follow them as well. Our next season, which I am a part of, that's why I said our, starts on Friday. It's called Dungeons and Do-Gooders Shadow Song. At Dungeons and Do-Gooders.
I just want everybody to know. I'm Alan's favorite FanCast member, and
That's not
he's
true.
he's currently like in the running for MVP of the FanCast.
You were the one. He was just I can't talk. He was just dumping on you for being so negative. Alan
That's
is.
okay. That's
I'm
okay.
Alan's favorite.
He's a gem.
I am. Yeah. See, he says it right there. Danny's his favorite. Please.
Don't lie.
Alan,
Danny,
you're the real
don't
MVP. We love you. It's the Leafs FanCast, for the fans, by the fans. Not a single one of us is an athlete. We're just fans.
I don't know. I play volleyball.
Okay.
Later, guys.
Good.
Good night, everyone.